Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another GigaCast. Today I'm here with a special guest, Luca, and obviously Zol, you already know. And yeah, today we're just going to be talking about a lot of different topics and different stuff like that. And yeah, are you excited to be on the cast, Luca? How are you feeling?
We're the dynamic duo in the podcast. We used to do that back in the day. I think we had some good chemistry on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm keen. I haven't done one of these in a while, so it's nice to be back and doing something like this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. How did you enjoy the first podcast? How do you think it went?
I think it was really cool. I actually had a lot of fun. I think it's cool to just be able to just chat in an informal way. Just talk about stuff.
And improv and stuff.
It's not like a YouTube video where it's like, okay, this is what you must say, this is what you must. It's like you just talk about stuff and
just casual stuff and just having conversations and
yeah, I completely agree. And people enjoy it because they get to speak in chat and they get to interact and then we talk about different topics and stuff. It's normally it's way more personal than normally
100%.
I would say like a live stream even, but like a YouTube video, for example.
Yeah, 100%.
Like our recent videos came out, like the Smarter Than a Fifth Grader and also the football challenge. Like you can see our personalities in that, but now you can actually sit and chat with us.
Those were actually entertaining. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even watch YouTube like that, but I watched the videos and they kept me entertained. I won't lie.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So yeah, okay. So the first topic we're gonna talk about. So also we have Zol here, streamer on Twitch. And you did also, you did stream on YouTube for a bit, you said?
I did, yeah. YouTube and even Facebook, yeah.
Facebook?
I got banned on Twitch, so.
And we have Luca who...
You're banned on Twitch. How do you get banned on Twitch?
He doesn't know.
Twitch does what, yeah.
Oh yeah, Twitch just does what
Twitch
it
does
wants
what it
sometimes,
wants.
yeah.
Yeah. Then we have you who grew your audience at the beginning streaming on YouTube and now made the full switch to Twitch, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of just chat about it. What's like the different environments like on Twitch versus YouTube, and like which one do you prefer? Or let's say, for example, because we spoke about this with like Leah, if you were to start off again your whole career, where would you start off on? Because also you got to think about it like now, like the content you're creating with videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Would you be able to do those type of? Oh, you'd be able to do them, but in terms of what I was talking about, the monetization and everything, would you still have started off on YouTube?
To be honest, I'll probably start off on TikTok. Like, it sounds dumb, but like, if you have to start going live on TikTok every day and you have like some good quality, like live streams, you can get like a decent amount of followers there. Like, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok with a decent amount of viewers, even if they're not even entertaining streamers, because you'll just be scrolling through the feed and get random viewers. You know what I'm saying? The discoverability on TikTok for live streams and all of that kind of stuff is tremendously higher than anything else. So I feel like if you can grow an audience on TikTok from just doing content and stuff like that, and then also being live, for example, like, I don't know, just playing random games, whatever, kind of what I do already, I feel like you could grow an audience there, then move it over, whatever the case, because people are not going to be like avid, like probably like followers of your whole content on TikTok. So it's just like a thing to get a platform off of, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Because I've seen you, and I told Jay to do this as well, streaming on both.
Yeah, so what I do is I'll just put my phone next to me or whatever the case is and stream and see if I can get an extra few people watching or whatever the case is, and they pull through to the Twitch stream as well, which is really cool. But with like just going live, you can actually set it up with like a proper broadcast and your gameplay in the background, like it's actual stream. And then if you do that, get some followers from that, and then move it over from just like making some regular content, moving over to YouTube. I think that would be the best way to go if I had to start from absolutely nothing again.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. But I'm happy that I went from YouTube. I've got a decent audience on YouTube now, transferring a little bit over to Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that would probably be the way I would go if I could.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is especially with both of us when we started off on YouTube, was like, as much as we were doing these streams and stuff like that and growing off of YouTube streams, we weren't really creating content. Because, you can see it even now. You've stopped streaming completely on YouTube and uploading like 2-3 videos a week. And you're growing more than you were if you streamed every day.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? Because like with a video, it's there to stay kind of thing. So when you live, that's the only way you get subscribers on YouTube. But if you're making content, somebody can watch your content from 2 years back and you can still get an audience from it, if you know what I'm trying to say. Subscribers and all of that kind of stuff. So creating videos on a video creating platform just makes more sense to me than streaming on a video creating platform. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I feel
so I mean, you got the primary use of Twitch for streaming. It makes sense to go to Twitch to
Yeah,
stream.
but then what about like the watch hours and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
of course, it helps a lot streaming on YouTube because you do get watch hours for that monetization, and that's how I did get monetized. But I mean, if you just get a good audience on YouTube, it will come. You know, it shouldn't be like your priority, like, you know what, let me focus on making money instead of just like doing what you enjoy kind of thing. So,
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't know.
I agree. And you said you streamed on Facebook. I think, didn't you mention you even tried out Mixer?
No, I
No,
didn't.
no, you
I didn't. But I was streaming Facebook and YouTube at the same time, multi-streaming, because they don't have the thing like Twitch. If you're an affiliate,
Okay.
you can't.
Yeah.
So I was multi-streaming. It was pretty cool. I mean, actually, I think my second ever Facebook stream, I peaked at 100 and something viewers,
What?
which is pretty crazy. Like,
That is
I had
really
like 40
crazy.
followers. Like,
Someone I know.
it's just like, because as you said, it's the same as TikTok. You just be scrolling through and, oh, there's a live guy.
Yeah.
You're not really going to be scrolling through Twitch randomly.
Yeah,
Like, how often do you
you're
get a guy that's found you from like
Exactly.
recommended?
Yeah.
Not often. You're on Twitch to watch a person or to, you know, watch a category or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to add on to what you said about streaming on TikTok. If you had to
Yeah.
start again, if I had to start over, like if I had never streamed, never created any
Yeah.
content, I would be posting TikTok before I even start streaming.
Yeah, that's
I'd
also
focus
what me-
all of my effort into TikTok videos,
Content,
Instagram
yeah.
reels,
Mm.
all that stuff. We mentioned this in the first GigaCast.
Yeah, 100%.
If we let's say Lucas started streaming today, fresh slate. I
Mhm.
started today, fresh slate. He streamed for 10 hours every single day for a week, and I streamed for an hour and a half, 2 hours every day for a week. But I also posted 2 videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'd be exponentially bigger than you
100%.
after 1 week, just because you don't grow by just stream. Well, you do,
Yeah.
but it's
Well, no, I completely.
Yeah.
I don't think you grow by streaming on Twitch necessarily, because at the end of the day, especially if you're talking about a clean slate here,
Yeah.
because like the amount of people, especially if you're in the categories we are in, Fortnite and Warzone, at the end of the day, if
Most
you're streaming
saturated
to,
industry,
even if you're
yeah.
streaming to as many people as Luca is 60, 80, you're not getting like people just popping into your
Yeah, it's not
streams
gonna be
randomly
like-
because you're
yeah.
not on that main page. And they have been trying to implement like recommended channels and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
it really just doesn't help. So the most important thing is obviously just expanding your content everywhere, and TikTok is crazy for it.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, with Twitch, you can't really expect to get, like, you can get, like, a loyal fan base, but you can't grow your audience much of it because of the discoverability. So what you do is, like, post TikToks and stuff like that. Like, I've seen a lot of streamers that used to get absolutely no viewers. Example of it's actually Mandra. Mandra, like, didn't have a lot
Yeah.
of viewers when he started streaming on YouTube and stuff like that. Then he got his TikTok audience, and then he gets a decent amount of viewers now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say? So it's just about... TikTok's actually a cheat code for getting into the industry.
I saw
honestly.
other guy the other day who just made a TikTok like, I lost my job during COVID in 2020, and then he like showing how he like started streaming. It's like 7 views, 11 views, 20 views, 30 views, 40 views,
Yeah.
and then he ended on 80 views, and then that TikTok had 2 million views.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's just crazy because
One blow up TikTok can actually like really help up your career. Like if it's something that people, it helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had mine like yet. Like I still grind on my TikTok content and stuff like that. But I mean, little by little, but I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, for sure.
And the thing is, the potential is there. Like TikTok isn't going to be like, oh no, you have to wait. It's like it's random. One day
Yeah.
you will post a video. The video could be of your shoe. Like it's completely random, but that video will get 20 million views, 50 million views, whatever it is. And like what happened to me, like 50,000 followers in a day for
Yeah,
posting
that is-
plunder clips.
yeah.
People
that's
used to laugh at me
crazy.
for posting plunder clips. The week after that, everyone else was posting plunder clips because they also wanted
That's
to.
what you notice.
Yeah,
It's-
I mean
once
that's what
every-
happened with Sate as well. Remember when he
Yeah.
did like the Omegle thing where you tracked IP or whatever the
Yeah.
case is, and he got like a video that had like what 4 or 5 million views on TikTok,
Yeah.
and you just saw it wasn't just me that did it, but
Yeah.
a lot more people were just going on it and like going looking for like how to get the algorithm for
Yeah, and I mean,
Omegle and stuff
it's
like that.
the same thing, like, even like me with like my videos, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm any pioneer, because I just did what other people were doing overseas.
yeah.
But then I would do like the pluralism type videos where I'd do like a tournament video, or I would do a skin challenge video, something very simple. And then people were like, oh shit, let's just gone from 1.5K to 4K, and I've been on 3K like
For
for my whole life. Yeah.
Like
So then-
you were just streaming, you streaming wasn't like getting you that much of
Not at all.
an audience or whatever case. And then you did like things like you did like some streams that like really popped off. Like for example, was that podcast that you did?
Yeah.
And then can you also do a stream with your sister as well? And that also did really well.
Stream with my sister.
And then that got a bit of your audience up a little bit. And then I feel like people found your personality from there, and then it kind of went up and up and up when you.
So important to be creative in your own space. Even like I believe in that you can't be fully creative in general now.
Yeah, it's really
impossible to
content.
And at the end of the day, Jared and I were having a chat about this. Is that you could maybe come up with a completely fresh idea, and then it may even be just ahead of its time. People won't really understand.
Yeah, 100%. That happens a lot.
Yeah,
you'll have videos that are actually genuinely really good, high quality, all that kind of stuff, and it'll just be like that doesn't work out because ahead of its time or whatever the case is. But
yeah. Okay, so Zol, you are playing your first Fortnite tournament inside like a South African Fortnite tournament today. Tell us about that and what advice do you want?
So actually, it's actually perfect that year. So I obviously have retired from Warzone.
We'll get onto that later.
So I'm playing a tournament with Jay at what's the time? Or what time?
5?
5. I think it's about 5. Anyways, this afternoon, playing in a local, tournament, custom game, whatever. So obviously, I played the game before, like 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I was playing this morning, maybe 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I can feel that like my muscle memory is still there. I know what to do. I know rotations. I know all of that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I just don't know the new guns. So obviously the scars and the pump, like I know how to use it. But the new items, obviously, I have to learn. And my fighting skills, like close range fights, I just feel like people are so much better than they used to be. And I guess that's the same in any game that's been around for a while. People get good at it, obviously. But any advice on what I should do in this tournament with Jay in order to get, obviously placement's important.
Yeah.
So what would your strategy be, more or less?
The thing is, there's so much to the game. Like, from a competitive standpoint, like Fortnite for me is one of the most involved thing where you just like, it has to, like, you have to keep it up and stuff like that. In a few months or 2 months or 3 months of you just taking a break is like really is a hit for you doing well kind of thing. So I mean, like, for example, like I've had so many friends that I speak to, whatever the case, that stopped playing or whatever the case, and then they tell me they came back like a week ago or whatever the case, played one game and they just got absolutely destroyed because Fortnite's always evolving, the skill gap is always getting higher and stuff like that, so it gets really difficult to keep up. But for what I'd say for you is, I mean, just trying to survival spawn is the best thing to go by, and then just like trying not to get into as many fights as possible. I mean, you got Jay who's got that nicely one punch. I've seen her hit that one pump a few times, so I mean that might help you in a few situations. But literally just trying to avoid as many confrontations as possible, not trying to fight at all, would probably be the best situation for you. And I mean, I think like you can get into it like quite easily if you just play quite a lot. Like for example, Skara. Used to be a COD pro. He was really good at COD. He was in BVD, and he joined the Fortnite scene. I think season 1, chapter 2.
It was around just before COVID.
Yeah, it was just before COVID, and he started playing Fortnite, grinding and stuff like that, and he literally became one of the best in the in the whole South African scene in like 3 months. Like he was just naturally gifted at Fortnite. I don't know, because I heard he was like really good at COD but not like one of the best pros, and then he came to Fortnite and he just literally dominated. It was really crazy. So I mean, there's a way to get into it and stuff like that, but you just got to put the hours in, and I'm sure it'll be fine. But for today, just try and not take as many fights.
I mean, I've got like 3 hours play time in the last 4 years, so
yeah, I mean it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play like a rat and hide.
Yeah, that will be the easiest thing for you.
Sit in bushes and stuff. Plan easy.
Okay.
What about you?
What advice would I
When's
give?
the Letzler returning?
I'm still crazy at this game, to be honest. You saw I wagered ace after not playing for 3 months and I beat him.
Bro, when?
I'm not calling him out or anything, but
your ace, he's swooning you, bro.
Yeah, I know. We were like, okay, put another $20 on it. Okay, but then he won the double because you know how he plays. So he walked into it all confident, right? W king me, and then I was just shitting on him. And then he just went back and like hiding in the house and stuff like that. Like Ace has gotten way better, but
yeah.
he just can't. He doesn't know how to play against me.
You just
He's gonna, if he hears this, he's gonna
different breed,
you are so fake.
No, but if you guys don't know, Letzler and I used to be a nasty duo, like a little bit back in the day, the agency fights.
Yeah, when I
Remember
cared
that?
too much about the game.
Yeah, and then we had a fallout, and then we didn't like each
Oh,
other.
Luke and I had the biggest. You tell the story.
Yeah, we
can tell the
I
story. I don't think people understand the full extent of it.
Yeah, so I don't know if any people in the chat actually knew our situation back in the day. So basically, we started doing. It was after. Why did you and Sakara split?
Why did we split? I don't know. I don't think he went to go play with someone else. I think he may have, but I think he took a break.
Yeah, maybe took a break.
Because he took a lot of breaks.
He was playing controller. He switched to controller that season because it was so broken.
Oh, yeah, that was the most
He just
fun I've ever
landed
had.
agency and then. And like, I don't know. I didn't he play with Jellies or something? No.
That was before. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Because Scar's now won a lot of tournaments, came top 3, did really well. And then like Luca was now starting to actually like being able to build. So, so I decided I'd give him a chance. And we started playing, and we did really. I think our first tournament, didn't we win it? Like we won the qualifiers. And we did really well. I mean, in one of my montages, you can still see like 3 of the games where it's like, I think probably in yours as well. Where it's like, oh yeah, we just went, and that season was insane. Season 2.
Yeah, it was really
I had the Brutus drum minigun.
Yeah, and I'd carry the drum gun, jump in everybody's
RPG into boxes. So then this happened. Luke and I were playing, and then eventually Sakaris came back, right? And we also had a fallout in like just duoing in general.
Yeah.
And then you were like, okay, I'm gonna come agency as well on solos. So for the people that don't know, agency was like a really overpowered spot.
Yeah.
Like a drum gun. It was like a mythic item. And then I was landing there the whole season. So then Luca's like...
I was there before though, but like I stopped and then you were there.
Okay, so then Luca comes now after I've been landing there for months in solos. And he's like, no, I'm going to land here. And I'm like, okay, so now we just start ego fighting. And remember, Luca and I are in the same team at this point.
And we were actually good friends.
Yes,
and then we started being friends for a
friends.
bit. It was so dumb.
So we were in the same team. And we were landing this POI. And we were just fighting every custom, every tournament. And then we decide one day we're going to wager for the spot, right?
Yeah.
And I was shitting on Luca.
Yeah, he was beating me.
I was beating him, and it was like 5-3, and it was like 1st to 7, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not leaving no matter what, right?
and then
I started choking, and then
obviously
obviously if someone tells you they're not gonna leave no matter what, you kind of stop trying as hard. I mean, okay, fair enough. I would have still wanted to win, but so then Luca ends up winning the wager, and I'm like, but you said you're not leaving, so I'm not gonna leave.
And then the next day he 5-0'd me in a tournament.
Then the next day we have a tournament. It's a qualifier, and I beat him 5 times off spawn, all 5 games. Like he doesn't even get a point the whole tournament.
Yeah.
He doesn't qualify.
And I kill one person before you can.
Okay. He gets 1 point the whole tournament, right?
Yeah.
Then people don't know this. Then he's like, I beat him in a wager, so we have to get in a call with the owner of the team, Don, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, I beat him in this wager. He's still coming at this tournament. And then Luke and I literally sat in a call for 2 hours.
Let's not get too into it.
Yeah, we were just fighting. But then eventually what like happened was like Luke and I stopped being friends over Fortnite PR.
Yeah, it was so dumb. How do we even like rekindle and start like being friends again?
Well, I just think it happened naturally because I mean it's still in the same.
Yeah.
Were we in the same friend group? I don't know because Bully called it at the time, and then...
Nah, you were there and I was with lads because you're on.
Yeah, but I was just a very.
I don't know how it even happened again, but then became friends again.
Must have been because maybe when I stopped playing, and we still were in AG, so we still had to record videos and streams together, and then we probably had like an AG Bri or something, and then.
And then we chill again.
Yeah.
Probably something like that. But anyways, talking about AG.
Yeah.
We go on with it.
So AG recently shut down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for people who don't know, Luke and I were both in Anarchy as well.
For a time.
I
joined
as well.
2019, September 2019.
And I joined No, wait.
It was just after School Cup. You joined.
Yeah, but you joined... Okay, you joined right before School Cup, and I joined...
Well, yeah, 2 months
and I joined January 2020.
Yeah, I remember. And then
we both left like mid-year this year.
Yeah,
like July.
You were there I was there for what, like
Nearly
a year and 3/4?
Yeah, and I was there for a year and a bit.
Yeah, and honestly, it was like it helped like a lot for both.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy
stuff like that, and then I don't know. With like it hasn't really closed down now. It's more of like a friend group. That's what I saw Don post about.
But I mean, it's It's crazy because like we would sit in calls late at night in meetings and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, oh, where are we gonna take? Where are we gonna take it? All the. I mean, obviously it wasn't for nothing. I mean, we learned so much. But
Yeah,
it's a bit sad to see.
But also because like AG was like one of the
You're
biggest
talking.
orgs in terms of like Fortnite, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just crazy to see it go like that. You know what I'm saying? Did you have like any like what did you know anything about AG before like it is now, whatever the case is?
I know of Grizzly.
Yeah, okay. And that really it.
Yeah, I know Grizz.
Yeah, I mean to be
That's about
fair,
it.
it was like really Fortnite based. Even though we had Ken Breezy in there and Scarpies. Do you know them?
Yeah, I know them. Well, I guess those are the two Warzone guys, but
Yeah.
they
They didn't really
left-
play tournaments.
No, they did play tournaments, but then I mean, I was playing tournaments with Scarpies
Oh,
while
what?
he was in. So he was playing with us
Okay, that's
in
cool.
a few filler tournaments. So like we'd need someone, and then
Yeah.
Scarpies, but they weren't really registered. Well, not registered, but like
They didn't really like. They weren't like AG.
it wasn't like, oh, you playing in a tournament? There's the AG team. It was more
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that guy's
because,
from
like,
AG and he plays
It's
with.
really weird because like competitive Warzone, isn't it like you have to be in the same team to like play, or is it not really
No,
like
not
that?
really.
Oh,
not really.
okay. Because I know competitive COD used to be like that, like multiplayer where
Yeah,
there'd
that
be
makes
SMD,
sense, though.
you'd be like same team, whatever the
Yeah,
case is.
not really the same for Warzone. But the
Oh,
thing is,
okay.
they just from the start they just didn't have a team. So we
Yeah.
didn't, I knew that he was in AG, but he wouldn't play for AG if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he would just play with other
Okay.
teams. So you'd like fill in for us, fill in for another team.
I guess it's different for battle royales. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
it's different, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, just for AG, I was kind of like
I saw
Weird
it. I
to
was a
see
bit. I was a
that.
bit like not shocked, but it was just like,
it's weird to see.
especially like you know how involved I was and how
I mean,
maybe-
both of us. were
Yeah,
also,
both
like,
both of
Grizz.
us. But like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and clubs as well. Like we were really involved with it, and then it's like crazy to see like not
yeah,
really a thing anymore. But
wish
yeah.
them the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you were speaking about earlier about obviously coming over to Fortnite, not obviously permanently, but
Permanently.
well, like not like leaving everything else behind. You're gonna be.
I
Yeah.
wiped my Warzone account.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough
yeah.
then.
What?
Yeah, gone.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
carry on.
Yeah. So what is the actual current state of Warzone? Because obviously I've played like a game or two Warzone, says he.
Yeah.
And it's like, but we're obviously not involved with it like you. Like if you would ask us what the state of Fortnite is, then
Okay,
Yeah.
so the equivalent is when there's a new season in Fortnite. How often is it between seasons? More or
2
less.
months and a half, 2
So like
months.
60 days, 60,
Yeah.
70
it's a bit
days.
more than that.
Same in
yeah.
Warzone. Okay, more or less.
Yeah,
Months.
around there. Yeah. It
What-
depends. though.
I know for a fact that in a new season of Fortnite, you're gonna have a change on the map, or like they're gonna remove a whole lot of guns, or change something, or
Yeah.
add new. Like when I say new stuff, it's not gonna be like a new skin in the store.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be something new, like that.
refreshing,
the
something
thing in
that
the
makes
sky-
you
Like
entertained to
UFO
play.
or the season, like when the whole map was water, like you know. what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
Exactly,
there's
stuff like
differences.
that. So there's a change. So we just had 3 days ago. We had the new season update. Nothing changed. Nothing.
There's been like one season where that's happened, and everybody, I think it was there was a little bit of a change, but like, especially because Fortnite's demographics like a lot younger, that change for them wasn't like anything to keep their like the 12-year-old eyes like really involved in it, if you know what I'm trying to say.
what season
So-
was that?
It was you didn't play, it was Aspire season, you know, with like the bones.
Oh
and
no,
the
I was
mechanical-
there. I was like
Yeah,
I
you were
played
there,
the
but
beginning
you
of
did,
the season.
yeah, like that wasn't really much.
Yeah,
of
but at
a
the end of the
change,
day,
you
they
know
still
what I'm saying?
changed a decent bit of the map.
Yeah,
and they were
fair
completely new
enough.
guns. Where he's literally saying
Yeah,
nothing,
completely
like,
nothing. Yeah, I
And-
understand
and
that. Yeah,
To even add on to that, so the game has been out for just over a year. So for the first 10 months or 9 months, whatever it was, maybe a little bit, 9 months, we had the first map,
Yeah.
map. And then there was this whole thing like, it's going to be a new map. But do you know what they changed?
What?
They reskinned the old map and made the buildings exactly the same, but just like not present day. It went to like 1984. So it's the same map. I mean, slight changes, like 2 different places, but that's what changed. So
yeah.
people like it's stale at the end of the day. Like it's stale. There's
Yeah.
nothing new. There's nothing new happening. Like yeah, you can grind the game every day, like some people do, but I don't enjoy that. Like sure, if you're playing tournaments every day, yeah, that's fun. But if you're just playing the game, it's the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah,
You get bored of it.
yeah.
You do. There's a
100%.
reason I'm playing
Genuinely,
Fortnite because I just want to play something that I actually have fun in. That's different. I'm
Yeah.
not good at it, but it's fun.
Yeah,
like
it's-
people playing Apex, the big streamers like Nick Merckx, Tfue, they were all playing Warzone. All of them were playing Apex. All of them.
Yeah.
Like right
And
now.
that kills the game as well, hey. When the big streamers, like, especially when, like, Timitatman, Cloaksy, all of these people went to Warzone, I don't think it hit Fortnite that badly because I feel like it's just so strong. It's been going for, like, it's still on a slow decline. It's always going to be on that slow decline until something really interesting happens. But I feel like that, like, really, especially like a game like Warzone, like you say, like hasn't really changed much. It's gonna make it even go lower and lower and lower. Because like I sometimes check viewers on Twitch, like I'll just see like who's at the top, what game or whatever category is at the top, and I often see like Warzone sometimes like there, sometimes it's like really there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like one time I saw Warzone had like I think like 75,000 viewers and Fortnite was like on 300,000. You know what I'm saying? So
it's probably like that right now.
Yeah,
it's just how it is. And to add on to that, the hackers have got really, really bad.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that as well.
So, like, you playing a game, especially guys that play tournaments, like the big tournaments, they're playing in like a custom. It's like it's a custom. It's the equivalent of like a $300,000 custom tournament that's run by Warzone, and there's a guy hacking it.
Yeah.
Like, and the amount of hackers, like you'll play 10 games and 6 of the games will have hackers in them.
Yeah.
So that also kills it because you don't want to play a game that you're gonna load in and you're playing really well and then you die to a hacker. Like, what do you do?
Like, imagine, I mean, apart from people that self-aim, but like, imagine people just generally in our tournaments are just full on.
Well, I know one person that cheats.
Okay, no, but like full on,
but
like just
aimbot.
kills
It's not,
you. Like,
it's not soft aim. He's locking on. You can't play the game. Like you just.
I don't think I've ever had a game like genuinely, and my whole time of Fortnite, I don't think I've ever had a game where I've just been completely aimbotted. Like where somebody shot me
maybe back
1,000
in the day.
Genuinely not once.
Like,
I don't think
back
once.
in the day I've had a couple experiences.
I don't think once. I mean, I know at times that I've been cheated on in terms of like soft aim, but that's not. I mean, it's cheating, but it's not. You said
cheated on, and I was like, "This is gonna get deep, eh?"
Yeah. Not like that.
So I played 2 games in a row, and South African, so local games.
Yeah.
And both of them had hackers in them. Yeah. And like the one guy was it was 3 games, so 2 games in a row, and then like 20 minutes later, it was the same guy, and he was like level 500. So he was a higher level than me. So he'd been playing the game for longer than me for that season, like more than me. Sorry. Mm-hmm. But he was cheating blatantly.
Yeah, so the thing is,
nothing gets done about it because we don't have an anti-cheat.
Really?
So you can.
But also, I can just imagine, like you said, it gets really boring. I mean, cheating would make it fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I'm not condoning it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not condoning it. But I mean, if it's so boring and you just want to quit, I mean, just hop on the axe.
Yeah, well, I mean, if guys, when you see Luca randomly switch to keyboard and mouse one day, just know it's gotten boring.
You know, it's gotten boring for me, eh? Nah.
Actually, to be fair, controller would probably be the best thing to be on to mask your soft aim.
I mean, definitely, we know with one person. That's all I know. But anyways,
is it a former person that was accused? Like way back in the day, because I've seen
continuously. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
One day, I'm playing a tournament and I get, I think, quad dinked just running into my box with a scar. It was really fun. But anyways, moving on from that. Like, also, I just wanted to speak about what do you think Warzone could actually do to make the game enjoyable again?
So actually, something that I know that is happening for a fact because I've seen the leaks. So there's going to be an in-game event, same like what you have in Fortnite, in-game event to announce the new Call of Duty. You know, it comes out every year. So the new one's coming out. It's going to be an in-game event, which they're going to. So I've seen a whole lot of leaks on this. Like I know what's going to happen. I know what's coming. The next Call of Duty is getting integrated into Warzone. The next 5 Call of Duties. Sorry, 4. So this one is obviously getting integrated near the end of the year when it launches. And with that, we're getting an anti-cheat, which is very good, obviously. We're getting a brand new map, not a reskin of one. Not 100% confirmed. I want to say like 95% confirmed that like destructible environments. I don't know if you know about Battlefield.
That would be
if
sick.
If you throw a grenade or C4, it'll put a hole in the wall.
That would be sick because it's stupid. Just like
it's changing completely.
Changing the meta,
and a whole lot of like COD pros have tweeted because obviously they've also seen the leaks and I wouldn't even be surprised if COD themselves like provided them the info to
give to people. So 100%.
And they're tweeting saying like this Call of Duty is going to be the best Call of Duty ever, and it's a World War II game. It's interesting, but they're saying like they're very confident in saying that it's going to be the best Call of Duty ever.
Yeah.
So that gives hope. I might come back.
Yeah.
I might
See, the thing
reinstall,
is, I've always been big into COD. Like, I'm pretty sure I've played every single COD until like Infinity War or something
Yeah, I
like
was
that.
the same actually.
I've literally played every single one. Call of Duty 1, 2, Modern Warfare
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I
like
started
everything.
from like
Ghost.
MW3,
I
Black Ops
enjoyed
1,
Ghost.
2.
Like, a lot of people hated Ghost. I actually enjoyed playing Ghost. Like,
Yeah,
I played that.
didn't enjoy
I
Ghost.
played that the whole year.
Yeah.
The whole year of that game being out. And I've always had like a soft spot for COD. And then I was like, let me try out Warzone like 1 or 2 games. And I don't know why, I just could not stand it. Like, genuinely did not enjoy it at all.
Warzone was very cool, but I feel like when I started playing Plunder was when I was like, it's boring and you don't get local games, and it's I kind of lost the love for it. It got a bit boring. Obviously, it's fun playing in a tournament. It gives you something, but like, so I know Act is in here and he's a grinder, so they play every day and they grind and they do well, but I just find it boring. Like, I need something else to like I just get bored.
Yeah, and I mean, I even bought Cold War and I played that for like 3 months of it like being out, and then like my friends stopped playing it, so I stopped playing it, whatever the case is. But I mean, I enjoyed that as well. I just wasn't. I don't know why. I've played like 3 or 4 games. I just cannot play Warzone. I don't know why. It's not my thing.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah.
I think, I don't know, like the thing is for me is that maybe it's just a bit repetitive COD in my eyes. I'm talking about the original ones. Because I mean, I used to play it like the absolute, like I used to play so much Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and then Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
And also like the in-between, like I did play Infinity Warfare. And Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
So like I used to play that a lot and I enjoyed it a lot, like sniping. Okay, now I'm just sounding like I'm talking like a generalized me, but you know what I mean, like leveling up camos and just playing. Like I was never like crazy
grinding,
at the game. Like I was just a decent player, and I like enjoyed sniping. And you have mates over, you play on the PS3, and you 1v1 on Nuketown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, but after a while, like it's like the same. Because I even played World War II quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's like it's the same thing, really different maps.
Yeah.
Like you're playing, have different guns. And you're just leveling up,
Yeah,
and
I get you.
and that's the thing about Fortnite is I can't play a pub game to save my life like for fun, you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Especially like the way they've done it with like matchmaking now. Because I mean, I played a couple games with like Leah because she was like, I'm gonna download Fortnite, right?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Okay.
So we played a couple games and like I'm good at the game, right? But they genuinely put us into the worst lobbies ever, and it was just boring.
It's competitive and enjoyable.
I'm not saying like I want to build. I'm not gonna play solos and build it up to like play against good people.
Yeah.
But just give me a mix. Like I don't mind playing against bad players and then good players, because I mean obviously it's for someone like Leah who doesn't even know how to build.
Yeah.
Like we're playing against people who are literal AIs. Like they're not real people, and then so.
I mean, like, for example, my friends, like, I still have friends that play, like, my one friend, Greg, and all of these guys, they still play and they enjoy the game playing pubs. Like, they'll just play with their friends, some squads or whatever the case is, and they still enjoy it. So, I mean, like, for pubs is not really for players that are actually have grinded the game at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've put the grind and you still have, like, that muscle memory or just a knowledge of the game, so you could go win almost every single one of your pubs and you haven't played in months. But for somebody like, it's really casual.
I completely agree,
It's really interesting.
Yeah, but like
fun for them
what
as
I was
well,
trying to like lead on to that, it's not like, oh, screw pubs. It's like, okay, so we have no pubs. Like I can't play pubs.
Yeah.
Then there's arena, which dies out very quickly. Like it's still fun, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If they were to implement like a proper rank system, like I would come back. Like it'd be so
I mean,
fun.
like
And then-
that's what we've been begging for. That
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if we didn't have our own tournaments, our own customs, and maybe like here and there like FNCSs and stuff like that, Fortnite would die out. Like I mean, Warzone, there isn't really like there's no tournaments really hosted, and then even like the South African tournaments that get hosted, they're not really like on the scale of.
They'll last 2-3 weeks, and that's about it. Local tournaments.
So the thing is, with the Fortnite scene, there's just always constantly tournament running every week. There's yesterday was a solo cash cup, today's a trio cash cup. Then we've got South African tournament as a duo qualifier for the light cup. Then there's semi-finals for that. Then there's finals for that. Then afterwards there's another tournament. Then there's still school cup at the end of the year, which is like 100k.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming. I'm coming back for school cup.
Did you call already?
Huh? No, but it's
you
like
play the last call.
Yeah, when is the last
call?
call?
I don't even know, but
I'll probably just let me come.
Oh shit! Yeah, so it's big mistake.
No, but yeah, no, you know what I mean. Like definitely LANs coming back. That'll be nice.
LANs are so.
And also
fun,
another thing about
man.
Fortnite is the creative. Generally, like it's fun. Like playing against mates and wagering and just. But it is so much. Like I'm telling you, like I don't. This isn't the right word. Like obviously Fortnite isn't underrated, but I think it's people hate on it more than like.
Yeah,
actually
it's because it's of the demographic, really. Because like you get those little kids that are like,
Oh, definitely.
you know what I'm
It
saying, the
includes
annoying little kids. But
the demographic.
I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, like that you mentioned back lands. I'm just thinking about School Cup and the nostalgia of it. It was just so nice. Like even though I didn't do well in it,
yeah,
it was just like your friends that you've never seen before all being there, and like I don't know, that was like my first really big pop off stream. Like I had
400, 500
it was crazy and shit like that. And I mean, I don't think I'll stream it again because I got stream sniped by people that were there. I don't know how that was even possible. But anyways, yeah, it was just fun. And honestly,
Have you been to a LAN?
I haven't, no. So when I started playing competitively like this time last year, and it was Warzone. So like Warzone was my first competitive game. I started streaming less than a year ago. Like I'm very new to it. You know, I've obviously been playing games. I want to say competitively, but not in tournaments. Like I've always been good at know Call of Duty or whatever I play. Like I even used to play Fortnite like 5 years ago, whatever it was. Like in the what is it called, the World Cup qualifiers or whatever. And like obviously I didn't qualify, but like I did well. Like I was like in the top. Like I think my best was like 157 or something. Like
that's good.
it's decent, you know, for me playing on 200. Like it's alright.
Yeah, it was. I wish I had a PC back then, man.
Yeah, I my biggest problem is I just got on a PC, so I had no one to play with really. So I found
wish I had a
random
PC.
people
That would
and I
be
played with
so
a mate
fun,
on
man.
console.
It's actually crazy that somebody like Neymar and
That
Clouds
was their
and
pop-ups,
Keaton actually made money. You know, Keaton made money.
Yeah, they
on
made
World Cup
money.
as
Yeah,
well.
like $200.
It was crazy. I don't even know how they did it. And then
I've literally just always been in the wrong place, wrong time. Whenever there was like actual tournaments that you can make money from, like for example, Winter Royale.
yeah,
It's like top 1,500 to make money, and I just happened to be in Cape Town for the 3 days that it is. You know what I mean? And then same with like obviously World Cup. I just happened to have just switched to PC.
Yeah.
And what other big tournaments could you have made money from that there were?
There's been quite a few. I mean, I played Winter AL and I was just like 1 or 2 points off. So it was actually quite challenging. It wasn't as easy as everybody thought it was.
No, I know. I played it with Daily. I played one day with Daily. I went down to 80k Arena.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I obviously went to 80k Arena to play, which I mean, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
But I hadn't played the whole week basically.
Yeah.
And Daily had literally. We started 20 minutes late because he had just come back from Namibia.
Yeah.
And Psycho was playing on his account and his settings were changed. So and we nearly like did well. Like we nearly qualified.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, that's the thing that I think Fortnite's been lacking a lot now though, is like having those kind of tournaments. Like now it's just FNCS and Cash Cup, which makes it so boring. And then occasional skin tournament. Like, wow, I want to win Gamora so bad. Anyways.
Yeah.
We don't have those like Winter Rail type tournaments, or like Frosty Frenzy was like December last year. Like there's so many of those fun tournaments. Like back in the day, used to be Scallywag Cup. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was like the first. Like everybody saw $1 million prize pool for the first ever tournament, and everyone was like, "Wow!" Like you know what I'm saying. And then
yeah, I mean
they
they can
don't do that
genuinely
anymore.
like do $1 million tournaments often. Like they make
Yeah.
they must make at least $10 million a day.
Ariana Grande event. You mean to tell me they didn't make millions that day that they dropped the skin?
Yeah, just off the Ariana skin.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Like Fortnite, I think they valued like $5 billion company.
Yeah, I mean, also the thing is like I feel like there's so much you can do with Fortnite compared to like something like Warzone or whatever the case is. Like you can't just bring Ariana Grande into Warzone.
That's what I was going to say.
Never gonna
said
work.
Earlier
You know what
that
I'm
they're
saying?
gonna do an event, I was thinking like they just get Wiz Khalifa to come and do
Yeah,
that.
like,
Wiz Khalifa in the Warzone map. I couldn't imagine.
Like it just wouldn't make that much sense. You know what I'm saying? And like that's why I feel like Fortnite. Like even then, like for example, me, I'm not there for Ariana Grande's event. You know what I'm saying? But I can still watch it and be entertained by it.
Yeah,
but like
that's entertaining.
the people that are actually there for the event, like the 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever the case, the age demographic is, go in for that and kind of stuff like that. That's just big for them. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, like okay, the Travis Scott event was peak.
Yeah, that was everybody loved that.
Did you watch the Travis Scott event?
Yeah, I did. I watched the video.
Yeah,
I wasn't
but
even playing
being-
then, but like I watched the video
Yeah.
because I thought it was cool.
Being,
it was cool.
being there in the moment was fire.
And I saw even people like my friends post about it on their WhatsApp stories or stuff like that. Like it's big stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to think, but yeah.
You know, I think at the end of the day, like you mentioned earlier, like people give a lot of what do you call it? Like people have issues with Fortnite.
I wouldn't say that they have necessary issues or like hate towards it, but they just look at it like they irked by it.
They're like, oh, like so when I started playing, people were like, I'm unfollowing you. I don't wanna watch you anymore. You disappointed me, blah, blah. And I'm like,
yeah, that's what I'm trying to like. If someone else would game you play, why do I have to feel like I can't say Fortnite? Have you ever had that, where like someone's like,
well, you mean like with friends?
like IRL? So,
no,
like
I don't care. Honestly.
No, I know you don't care.
Me as a person, like I don't care.
No, but like,
yeah,
why does there have to be that thought in your head? Like,
yeah,
should I like Fortnite? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say it in like a way. Like, why is
yeah,
it?
I get you.
If you say Call of Duty, it's whatever.
To add on to that, I think at the end of the day, it's not about the game. I think the game, it's a good game. It is. If it wasn't a good game, do you think it would be alive right now?
No,
it is a good game. It's just the people that get
associated
with it. It's the same as an area in a play. Like, oh, you live there, oh
yeah,
but there's not like there's nothing wrong with. If I didn't tell you where I'm from, it's the same thing. It's just because you get associated with the people, with the place, the people with the game.
Yeah.
So yes, Fortnite is a younger game. Younger people play it, but if you don't associate with them, like I'm not associated with anyone in the competitive scene, any of the drama, you know what I mean? I'm not involved with it.
100%.
So why would there be an issue? Like I'm just playing the game because when I'm in the game playing it, I have fun. It's cool. Like it's sick. If I didn't have fun, I wouldn't play it. Cool. Like
that's a good way.
It's the same thing with any game or any. It's just if you like it, play the game, man.
Yeah, I that's nothing. I just could not give a shit if you like judge me for, especially with my content. Like I've always been like, and you'll see even say like you got judged for doing your content. I mean, it worked out, and it's working.
Yeah,
it's in the progress of working out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, I really like people used to judge me for doing stuff like. I was like, I'll keep doing me. Society's not going to be putting me in this box, telling me what I can and can't do. I'll do what I want to do. If you don't like it, that's you. You do what you want to do. I'm going to do me.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a bit cringe to post in people's head to post how to get a quick skin tutorial video.
Yeah.
But like, if 1% of my audience watches that and I gain 700 subs and 100,000 views, why would I not do it?
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, too, I want to add on to that. So, like, Plunder is obviously, like, the casual mode. You know, like, it's the casual mode, like, where the casual players play. Like, a majority of the people that play the game are casual. Like, competitive players are the top 1%. So, why would I make videos that cater to the top 1%?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to cater to... When I make a tutorial video or, like, something simple or, like, me doing something... Like, yes, I know that all the pro players...
Exactly. Okay. Like, look at it like a High Grounds retake video, and like obviously all the players know, like, that are good, that probably are friends, know exactly what he's doing, what he's talking about. But his 1,500 views are not from those players.
Yeah, it's from the casual player, and that helps him. Like,
that's the whole thing.
Thank you.
And they are the people that are actually sitting and watching YouTube and watching your content. At the end of the day, a Neymar, a Travis, like, you know what I mean? They're not going to be sitting and watching my Fortnite videos.
Yeah, like I'm
I
not
mean, maybe
making it for you.
One that they're in, but like it's not what they think. Like I'm not making a Fortnite how to play this tournament or how to do this and that.
Yeah, 100%.
Because at the end of the day, if you just narrow-minded with our audiences and cater to the people,
you gotta be like so open-minded and like so broad with your content. But I
mean that's how you grow. I mean, like, imagine Sidemen, they were just like, okay, our audience, they enjoy watching
football videos,
football videos, and they just did like, all our audience just loves football videos, keep pushing out football videos, and they did that. They just
it'd be so dead. It would like decrease on views every single time, you know what I'm saying? And then they did a video fishing with Logan Paul, and isn't that one of their most viewed videos on the Sidemen channel? Yeah, well, today it's like 1 out of 10 in the amount of time. 10 videos. Yeah, I mean, but anyways. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to talk about this one topic? Okay, wait, let me ask this in a better way, right? Yeah. So who would you say right now, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you specifically have made a video about this recently, but who would you say are like your top 5 or top... In terms of like players?
Players, yeah. Competitive players, and like a reason why.
It changes all the time, just based on everything. Like, I mean, you got to put Neymar out there, of course. I mean, he always does well.
He's been there since he was the best when I started playing. He's the best now.
Yeah, I mean... I feel like there's been very little times where he hasn't been at that top spot, and like I even said in one of my videos that I made, like he's been the GOAT of like the Fortnite scene.
Yeah.
VJX has to be up there. Travis has to be up there with his achievements. It's hard to say. It changes all the time. I mean, we had Spooky who won the biggest solo tournament this year.
Yeah, but like that's always been the thing. Is like Fortnite's such an art. Like for example, you remember when Near Night came third at school?
Yeah,
Cup?
and like
I'm not saying Spooky's like gonna fall off or anything. Like not by any means, but Near Night came third at school cup and probably never placed again in his life.
literally, that's exactly what happened.
He made in one tournament more earnings than everyone at a LAN and everything, and never again did anything.
Exactly. So like,
Why do you say that happened though? Like, was it luck?
Listen, it's definitely the environment.
it's a lot of different things, especially at a LAN. Like a LAN is like a completely different way of playing tournaments. Like Letzler was doing well a few weeks before, like playing solo tournament. He was doing like really well, and that's when he was really grinding the game. Came to school cup, one place at G Cup, like
I was
really
20th. But like
yeah,
that's the thing is that so my duo at the time, he actually came to stay by my house, Sakaris, who doesn't play the game anymore.
yeah,
Right? He won literally about 5 solo tournaments before school cup.
yeah.
We went to a LAN, didn't even make it like off spawn most games. Because the thing is obviously just the environment and also how lucky you are with the games. Like I mean I can sit here for days and talk about excuses and stuff. Like there was a couple games where my FPS was bad, and then there was like a game where Dex he died of spawn and was looking very upset. I tried to speak to him, took my headset off, and then what was that guy's
You
name?
got killed or whatever.
One of the transporter just came up and shot me in the back after not being there the whole tournament. So I thought I was unconned. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously you can come up with excuses, but genuinely like the experience of being at LAN, and also to do with luck. Like Near Night was probably, I think it was basically unconned Holly, if I can remember right.
And like with a lot of the things with how the tournament went, like for example, like Near Night, nobody even knew him that well.
No, not at
before the tournament. I feel like it's just Fortnite is a big RNG game. You can minimize RNG based on how good you are. I'm sure that's a lot of BRs, but so for example, like Neymar, he got extremely lucky with zones. Like if you actually had to go through these games, you saw he was like completely lucky with zones. He got majority of the zones. Well, not majority, but he got a few of the zones, which really helped him win. So you need some luck in your favor, but also if you're really good and know how to minimize that RNG with the meta and whatever the case is, for example, he was first this whole tournament, the Incredible Connection tournament, right?
Yeah.
It's just and then he died of spawn one game and then came 10th the next. So he won 2 games, died of spawn 1 and came 10th the one game.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky had 2 decent first games, won the last 2. That made him win. You know what I'm saying? Like just knowing how to minimize that RNG or whatever the case is helps a lot. And I mean, sometimes RNG is in your favor. If it's in your favor, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if there's another school cup, like if I were to give advice to anyone, it would literally just be like, get a drop spot, basically uncon, or if you're spinning or whatever, come top 5 every game, and you'll
do well.
You'll maybe even win.
Yeah, 100%.
If you come top 5 every game, you'll win.
Yeah. And like if you look at it like Dex, like that's also what happens with a lot of things. Like you just have to stay consistent with things. Also in the tournament for you today, like you just have to be consistently good, or like have 2-3 pop-off games where you do like extremely well. Like you can have like 2-3 bad games and 2-3 good games, then you'll be good. But like if you want to like be at the top of whatever the case, you just have to stay consistent throughout the whole tournament. That's the whole thing about competitive in Fortnite, is just staying consistent.
Yeah.
Do well like that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Probably.
So, let's Luca, I actually have a question. What's your opinion? I've asked this before on my stream, but what's your opinion on how to decide who's the best? Okay, let's say within South Africa. Let's just say South Africa.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's so many different variables, and at the end of the day, it's opinion based. It's not. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So the thing is that if Neymar hasn't been doing it for 2-3 years at the top level, still winning tournaments, then it would be hard. See, the thing is, you can say Neymar first, like indefinitely, and then you would be able to put anybody second, third, fourth. Not anybody, but you know what I mean. You could completely change the whole top 10 list and put someone may put second. You could put them at 6th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is that probably about determining who's the best player would just all probably just be about obviously the amount of tournaments you win, probably how consistently, or like even if you just place in top 3, top 5. Because like the thing is, you'll see it a lot, and I mean, there may be as Lucas said, like a guy who just won a 15,000, like he won a 50,000 rand tournament.
Yeah,
right?
15,000.
But if he comes 30th in the next solo tournament, is he like the best player?
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, that-
See, for me, I've got like for me being in the scene like heavily and stuff like that, I've got like kind of the best way to look at it. So it's to be the best, you have to look good first of all in terms of like your mechanics, your aim. Like Neymar's not the best fighter in South Africa, he debatably, but he's a really good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at his placements. He has the best placements in South Africa in terms of like international placements, in South African placements. Then you've got his mindset, his all of that kind of stuff, how smart he is,
Yeah.
and that all weighs into factor. Now, then if you take somebody like Reepsy, right? The reason why wasn't rated as highly, I know he hasn't done it for as long as Neymar did, but he was good. Like he was at the top for like 3 months. He was really good 2 months, but the reason why he wouldn't be rated the best is because he doesn't have the best mechanics. He doesn't have the best aim. And when you look good and like produce, like for example, Neymar's highlights are like really good. Like
yeah.
it shows off his talent and his skill really well. That also contributes on who's being the best. Like for example, you would never say somebody like Bizzle, even if he had to win every single tournament,
yeah,
is the
that's
best
true.
because he doesn't look the best.
Yeah, that is true.
So if you had to look like if I had to say somebody who's the best in like NA, I'd say somebody like Canada. Because he's got decent placements, good placements, but he's also really smart. He's got really good mechanics, got really good aim. So that kind of stuff.
So you'll never be the best.
Yeah, never
No,
be
I'm
the best.
joking.
Shit.
I just wanted to say that because at the end of the day, I've had this conversation with regard to Warzone, and I saw again on Twitter today. It's like, here's my top 10. Like at the end of the day, it's just opinion based because in a battle royale, you can't. It's not like okay, who was that guy that won that big tournament, the $3 million World Cup?
Booger.
Is he the best?
No.
At a stage he was, but not anymore, no.
Okay, so at that stage, do you think he was the best in that tournament? Or do you think there's someone else that just because Adelan and...
I think he was just, at the time, a lot of top tier like casters and Fortnite analysts and stuff like that. Like, for example, Baller TW.
Yeah.
He predicted that Booger would win, and a few other big people predicted he would win based off just how he
won by
came into the point, and he almost doubled second place's points.
Sure.
I don't know. I didn't even know Booger that well. I've heard of him beforehand. I just didn't know how good he actually was because I wasn't that invested into competitive that much because I didn't have my PC or whatever the case is. But I mean, a lot of people predicted he would do well. He did do well. He won. And it depends. Like, for example, Aqua and Nyrox.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Aqua and Nyrox.
No one even knew Aqua.
I wouldn't even say they were the best duo after they won it. Like, you know what I mean? They weren't the best duo after
they had 2 really bad games, and they had a third game which was decent, and I think they won 2 games in a row,
Yeah.
and then last game was average, and they won the World Cup because of it. Like, it just depends. Like,
especially in those settings. Like in South Africa, because of like the high skill gap, you need to be consistent the whole time.
Yeah, that's the thing also with South Africa. Like, the skill gap between the top 10, 20, 30 to the rest is like the rest is like here, the top 30 is like here. You know what I'm saying? So
that's always been the biggest problem in our country, is that there's probably about 20, 30 like decent players, and then the rest are just like when I say free, I mean like you could walk into any of them and just kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's very different for Warzone. I think Warzone has such a small skill. Like the difference is like you cannot tell me who the best player is in the country.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
There's not a single. It's impossible. And like you can more or less say someone who is more or less in the top 20. You know what I mean? You can tell who's like skill based, like skill wise.
Yeah.
But he can run and die against a casual player on his PS4 and just lose a fight just because Warzone's like that. You can't build this. Like if you get shot in the field, you're dead. Like what are you gonna do? Hide behind a rock? There's no rock. You're dead.
100%.
So I guess it's different. And even I just want to add on, like you say that there's the skill gap is so different, and that guy that won, you said what he came sorry, he didn't win. He came third in that school cup or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he just like fell off and disappeared.
Yeah.
Do you think he just got lucky and he made the most of his opportunities and he like
potentially
he's a decent player, so say he's a top 30, but he just like it was his day and he just made the most of it.
The thing is, there's a lot of people like him who are decent at the game. Like for example, you could say like a Swizzy or something like that. Okay, obviously people won't know these names. They're just like smaller players who are like decent mechanically, like really good mechanically, and just may not. Like I'm not calling Swizzy out, but like he may not have like game sense and stuff like that. Whereas on the day, I think Neonite did get very he had good zones and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, when you think about it, when I walked into the scene,
Yeah.
no game sense at all, came fifth in my first tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel
So
like,
it's like-
yeah. Also, the thing is, like, going back to a little bit of the skill gap as well. Like, I do think Nia and I got quite lucky in that tournament. But going back to the skill gap, like, if you also have to look at the skill gap for different scenes, like, for example, an EU scene or an NA scene, right? EU, the skill gap there is, like, really close.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
if you had to take a tier 4 pro versus a tier 1 pro, of course 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 times, maybe even 7 out of 10 times a tier 1 pro will win, but that tier 4 pro can still come
Well,
out
it's like
and,
Fury wages with Tayson in them.
exactly, like Fury isn't even a tier pro and he could go and
Yeah,
he could go
wages
kill
with them.
Tayson. He's killed Tayson before in game. He's killed Mr. Savage before in game. Like stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So the skill gap in I just feel like our scene has been left behind so much because there's always new people coming in. Like you'll see new names on every
Yeah,
single
but
leaderboard.
that's the thing though, is that people don't understand this. As much as we can be like, oh yeah, Noted and Havoc's and them,
Yeah.
they came up in the scene, they new faces. Like it was the same with Rejects. These guys have been playing since we started playing. They just now it's their time. They've been in the scene. Nowadays it's so like it's no people at all that just come out of nowhere. Like for example, back in the day when Woke and I came into the community, there's no players that are just coming into the community nowadays that are just the best. You know what I mean?
you see,
or
the
can
thing
be
is-
considered top 10 or top 20.
It's because the scene was so small back then.
Yeah, obviously.
And now it's grown a lot, even though people might not think it has.
Yeah.
It's grown a lot.
It
like
has.
there's like if I hear the statistics for Elite Pro Series and stuff
Yeah.
like that for people registering tournaments, like for example the tournament that you playing today, there's generally like 800 people that are trying to register for that.
Yeah.
Every single day, like every single time there's a qualifier, whatever the case is, people registering for that tournament. So yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So the reason I asked, like, you know, the skill gap and, you know, how a guy can, like, come out of nowhere. So I'm thinking about the tournament. You know, the tournament. And I'm thinking, like, imagine, I'm probably not going to qualify.
yeah.
I'm probably not going to do well at all. Like, I'm probably
Yeah.
going to get destroyed. I expect that, like.
yeah,
But if I play like a rat and I hide in a box, hide in a bush, and I get placement points, as you said, consistently, like someone really good at the game. Okay, let's say you were in this tournament and you die off spawn because Letzler's landing on you like an idiot.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're a
Not
good
like I
player.
should.
In this tournament, you're not going to do well because, say, you've died off spawn 3 times.
Yeah,
But I've, you know, landed on the side of the map and then camped zone and I got placement points. I can technically place higher than you. I can qualify
yeah,
just by play like a game like that. You can get away with doing that. Like,
yeah.
so what I'm trying to say is
There's different ways of playing.
there's
Yeah,
different
so many
ways of
different
playing.
ways.
Like the best player can run, kill people for points and get placement points. But Fortnite, I feel is very like it's heavily based off.
Especially
Placement.
the way they format out
Yeah.
tournaments, 1,000,000%. But I agree with what you're saying. But at the end of the day, like at your current point, there will be no way, no luck or anything like that where you'll be able to win a tournament.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for sure.
so you can certainly come top 15 doers, top 10 doers and qualify, but
Yeah.
you'll never breach into the money at this current point.
But
And
what I'm saying
yeah,
is like
you can definitely-
a better player.
Oh, it
than me.
happens all the time. People don't
Oh,
qualify.
yeah, like
for this-
Kareem and Chimp didn't
Yeah.
qualify for a duo tournament, I'm pretty sure, because they were contesting another team on spawn and they died to them. And Kareem is like got the most earning or second most earnings now because
Has Neymar passed him?
I think Neymar passed him last tournament, but he has the second most earning. He had the most earnings in South Africa for the longest time. Didn't qualify for one of the biggest tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Just because. So you're 100% right about that. Like,
Yeah.
Like a person can get lucky, and obviously I'm a bad example because I'm like the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah.
But like, let's say there's a guy that's 21st ranked, so he's a good player, but he's
Yeah.
just not.
Like Tembadat. Like he's not by no means a top 10 player.
but he had his
but-
pop off moments.
But
in
he
the
won
tournaments.
a qualifiers where there were really good players in it.
Yeah.
And I mean he could have maybe even placed in money for, and I mean also there's this Mike Boyce, well his name's like Mikey ZA. He was top 9 the whole of the Incredible Connection tournament and then died of spawn.
Yeah.
So he's like decently mechanical player, but he could have made money in that tournament as well.
Yeah.
So 1,000,000% there are still players in the scene that could be considered top 30, top 40 that can
Yeah.
come in and make money and come top 8, come top 5. But at the end of the day, you will not for a long time see someone consistently placing first.
Yeah, 100%.
So this comes back around to like, how do you define who's the best players? Because you can't really at the
But
end of
that's
the day,
what
it's
no.
so
What I'm
tough
trying to
do
say
it.
to you is that there's always going to be 4 teams, 5 solos that will
Sure.
always come top 1.
Yeah,
Like it will change here and
rotations
there,
in there.
but
Sure.
when you look at the leaderboard, and it hasn't even changed that much since I left. There's 3 teams that will always come first.
Sure.
Yeah,
No,
it's
fair
always
enough,
been
fair
like
enough.
that.
But that's teams. When I say the best player, so like this guy is
Solo.
the best.
Solos is always different because solos is probably the most RNG.
That's what I'm saying. It's so
So-
tough to define.
Solo's
like,
the
who
most
the
RNG,
best
but
players.
If I were to put my life on it, like I would say Neymar would come
Your
first.
life on
and-
Fortnite, eh?
No, but like if someone were like had a gun in my head, choose who you would win, I would say Neymar, and then he would probably win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always it didn't
Sure.
all click in my head back in the day, but Neymar just knows something that most people, like 99% of the community doesn't in terms
Yeah, I
of
don't know how he does it.
because he
It's
just does it. Like
phenomenal, yeah.
people will place badly, like didn't Kareem place badly? Incredible connection,
Yeah, but then he won like Neisner Cup.
but then
you
he
know
would
what
win
I'm saying?
Neisner Cup. But Neymar, every single tournament's there, top 3
Yeah.
first.
100%.
Just knows something people don't.
Sure.
But yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have any questions in chat, you can ask. But another question I kind of had, just like a generalized one, what do you think the potential? And obviously, we've had this chat many times, but the
Yeah.
potential of being a content creator in this country, or an influencer, or anything like that in this country.
I feel like people in South Africa, their mindset's the biggest issue.
Yeah, I agree. This is what Jared and I were speaking about.
The
so
mindset
much
of South Africans is really weird for content. Like, if you look at it, there's awesome like I've recently started getting like looking into it, but like look at some South African content creators like the boys RSA and stuff like that, like are doing well for themselves. I mean, of course, they would probably do better in a different country and
Yeah.
with different demographic, but I mean, there's so much potential for content in South Africa because it hasn't been done. Like, for example, I went out to Foy's Mall to record a video with me, Clubs, and my friend Cameron, and we just messed around in Foy's Mall, did some pranks and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff in the long run, like, it's entertaining content that not everyone's doing in South Africa. Like, yeah, it might be done in America, whatever the case is, but it's not being done in South Africa. Like, I had a mic like hooked up here. Like,
Why are you talking to me like I don't know? We literally went and recorded at Monty.
yeah. Like, what I'm
we
trying to say
recorded a
is,
video of us 3 at Monty.
like, nobody
pranking
even
people.
realizes
no one-
you're recording
Like
or whatever the case
how
is.
have you ever seen in your life someone recording a prank video in like a mall? Never.
Or like just vlogging around with a camera, whatever the case is. There's like such
But
a
when you go overseas, it's so common to
It's
see
so
someone
common,
like,
yeah.
recording. But I feel like people in South Africa, sorry to
yeah.
interrupt, like, say you were in a mall walking around vlogging or whatever, people
Yeah.
would be like, what you doing? But if you do that, no one cares. Like, it's normal. It
a
happens
norm.
because people know, oh, that guy's, making a YouTube video or he's live streaming or whatever. Like, if you see those people that walk down the street live streaming on Twitch, most people don't even turn their heads twice. They just But I feel like if you do that in
No,
South
exactly.
Africa,
you get eyes.
like you get looked at,
Yeah,
and
get
people are scared of
eyes.
that though. That's why they don't do it. So like people wouldn't go into a mall and whatever you do, the
Yeah.
prank, they don't do it because they're scared of doing new stuff, I guess.
Yeah, like I was recording and we were just sitting on a bench while people were walking past us because we were just filling up a bottle or whatever the case is. I'm not going to get into it too much because you have to watch a video. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is we were just sitting on a bench and what our whole idea was, I said, like, I want people in the background to be like walking past so it shows that we don't care. And
Sure.
like it shows people that we have what a lot of people don't have, like in that terms of not being scared of what people think about you.
Yeah, no.
And like
100%.
getting eyes on you, like I saw so many people look at me. Like just I was walking, and then I just see people walk past me and like just staring.
And I
Their
think
heads turn. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
this is
It's fun. It's nice when people are looking at me.
This is the
doing what I
same
wanna
thing.
do.
Is that we think, and like this is humans in general. We
Yeah.
think people care a lot more than they do.
Oh,
It's the same thing when you go to the gym. Like you would be like, "Oh, I'm lifting the bar. Oh no, people
Yeah.
are gonna think." Like people probably just look at you and look the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they really don't care.
don't care. Like if I see a guy go into the gym now and lift the bar for 10 reps, I'm not gonna look at him and be like, "Wow, this guy is weak."
Yeah, because you were at that stage as well. Like
Yeah, okay, not just
know what
that, but
I'm
then
saying?
also like if you genuinely see someone out recording themselves, my ID's at the back of the genuinely like recording themselves and talking, you may like look at it, but you're not gonna be thinking the whole time like, oh, that guy's really a loser. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be whatever, and that's just the mental barrier.
I mean, like there are some people who think like that. That's why, because sometimes. But I think the reason why
in the long run.
it doesn't matter. But I feel like you actually might have those thoughts because like maybe once you may have thought that the kind of way of somebody. So maybe your own thoughts get caught up into other people, but they really don't care with a lot of the situations, like we said. But yeah, I mean, I just do what I want to do, kind of thing, as long as it doesn't break the law. Sometimes it does. But
yeah,
no,
but I mean,
no, I'm kidding.
it's the same thing with like what we're doing here. Like, who's in general doing podcasts in South Africa? Maybe it's because I just think people won't watch it, or because I'm telling you, there's so many people that just love to sit and chat.
Yeah.
Next week you're gonna see 10 podcasts.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened with the
so
Anarchy
much
podcast.
with us. It's happened so much with us. Like like me, Luca.
Yeah.
It's happened so many times. We start something, and then I mean, there was literally a guy. I did a video where I did a tournament, right? Like a little 1v1 Zone Wars tournament. And the guy literally did the exact same video, and then copied the description, tags, title, and everything.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, but it's been done by somebody else. But it's just the principle. It's like if you want to use that's not my video idea. I didn't create the concept. I didn't I basically copied it and just did it in my own way. But don't I don't know, there's something that doesn't sit right with me if you're doing something only because someone else is doing it. Like, I mean, and obviously people will just have to see, but we have so much cool stuff planned, like, and we'll talk about it after this. I'm pretty sure you kind of know most of what I'm talking about. But then it's going to be like, why have we not been doing this for, I mean, how long have all these other orgs been around? Years. Why have they not been doing this? Why have they not thought about picking up these people or looking in these avenues, or I don't know. And it's
people.
The thing is, this doesn't cost money. You're telling me that orgs with content creators can't just set up a camera, one mic, a table, and some chairs, and come and sit and
just have a chat. Yeah,
you don't need to have the beautiful background and you know what I mean. You don't need to have that, or you could just do what we did: sit in a Discord call. I mean, it's. At the end of the day, it's the same people watching, it's the same people enjoying it. This is just high quality content.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I feel like, with South Africans, they're, with content and stuff like that, they're the worst enemies. Like, it's either laziness or just like fear of failure or something like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So, I mean, this kind of stuff can be
we started
done
a podcast
anyway,
today at like 1:45 on a school day, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
and then a lot of audience, like some of the audience,
just do it.
Like might be, you know what I'm saying? You just do it, and whatever the case is,
just get the content out. If it flops, it flops. I mean, it's the same with TikTok. Just put something out there. You know? Like probably the most random things get. Like the most random thing they said, like a shoot.
Yeah,
100%. Plunder clips. At the end of the day, plunder clips. Like I didn't know it was gonna do well. I had 1,000 followers, and then like, oh, this video has 20 million views. And then this one has 10 and this one has 5, like, and then as you said, like the copying, like at the end of the day I can't be like, oh, you copied. Like,
yeah, no,
you can do whatever you want. If you want to do the same thing, if someone wants to go to the mall next week, what are you gonna do? Nothing. And it's not even about that. It's just people can do whatever they want. But
it's a principle. If they're not doing their own thing the whole entire time, and now they're like, okay, you're part, because that's the thing. I was making these videos, and then people are all like, okay, now I'm a YouTuber. Let me just make the exact same videos. You know what I mean? So it's like, when Luca says to me, hey, is it fine if I use one of your ideas, or I want to do a 1v1 tournament? I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. I didn't create the idea. But the problem comes in where somebody like, okay, I'm going to make a series out of this now, and it's the only video that they do.
Yeah, I know examples of that.
It's like, literally, or like, for example, as Luca mentioned earlier, there's one guy named Sater. He did Omegle content. Now, if somebody were to be like, okay, I'm just going to do Omegle content as well, that's my thing, right? So yeah, Luca and also did Omegle content and Omegle TikTok.
Yeah,
but he had other content as well. The problem is when you just want to try and hop on, I wouldn't even call them trending ideas, but it is trending, and just try and, obviously you should follow trends, but you know what I'm trying to say, where it's like you can't actually create ideas in your head to... Because at the end of the day, if you can't come up with your own ideas for content creation, you are not going to be a content creator.
Yeah, but another thing is, like, if you also look at it, like, for example, with TikTok and stuff like that, I've seen so many, I don't know if you know New Main, whatever the case is. He's one of the TikTok content creators that, like, he does, he's American, whatever. He makes funny videos, whatever the case is. And the amount of times he's stolen people's content blatantly, like for example, he makes his sound, like original sound, and then because he's got an audience for it, nobody will know who's the original content, like creator of the sound or the original, like makes original ideas, and then you get a lot of backlash for it, and it doesn't make you look good in the long run. So if people clock that you've done what you've done, it's not even like I'll be like, for example, somebody blatantly copies my content, says the exact same points as I do or whatever the case is, and I like, I'm not even gonna go out of my way to like entertain it, but like somebody else might, and your content might not get the respect because you've just blatantly copied.
That's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, if you can re-envision an idea,
that's
all to it.
fine,
But if you the whole time just like, okay, I've just seen Luca do a TikTok where he acts like he has a Fortnite girlfriend. Like, for example, the person that came up with that idea at the beginning must have thought he was going to get clown broken, and then it became a trend. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like, if you do you got a Fortnite girlfriend, and I do the same thing, same words, just with my voice.
Yeah, that's not going to work out.
The thing is, there's a difference between copying someone's content and then
envisioning.
Or not even like someone. So you said you're doing a thing in the mall, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I'm just gonna give an example. You take a balloon, and it's something with a balloon in the mall, but that's specific, right? If someone that you know, and obviously has seen the video, goes to a mall and does something with the exact same thing with that's copying. But if he watches your thing and goes, oh, he went to the mall and did something, and then he goes to the mall and does different things, that's not copying.
That's completely fine.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with
well, like, for example, the example that I had was that these guys, they host a 1v1 tournament with like players in like Fortnite and Zone Wars, and then they do this whole thing where they like do like fake bets. They're like, okay, he has like a commentator with him. He's like, okay, I'll bet you $1,000 this guy wins the round, right? If I were to now do these 1v1 tournaments and be like, oh, let's say I get like Arrow also to come on with me and cast it, and I'm like, oh yeah, Arrow, I'll bet you 100 rand that this guy wins this round, and like it's like the exact same thing.
Yeah,
like it's just me blatantly copying. Where if it's just we're doing a Zone Wars tournament and I'm casting over it and we're just enjoying it, having fun, then it's with different players.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, it's just way better.
But I mean, if there's anybody in chat that has any questions, whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying, that would be cool. But
yeah, no, it's been a good cast.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed my Red Bull. Enjoyed talking to you guys.
Yeah, at least there wasn't more. I definitely would have grabbed another one.
Just be grabbing and drinking the stuff out of it, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I feel like we spoke about it a lot today and stuff like that.
That was good. And yeah, obviously, if you guys have watched the first one, you watched this one, I mean, it's obviously wasn't the same chat at all, because we could actually chat about, Fortnite in general, chat about the state of Warzone.
Yeah.
More updated. But like, definitely expect more of these with different people, different, I don't know, you could get celebrities on, different personalities, different characters, different ideas and themes as well. We could be playing a game of FIFA or a game of Fortnite
stuff
while
like
we're doing
really
it. Cool. Like, the sky's the limit. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel.
But yeah,
subscribe to the channel, like the video, and yeah, I think that's it. So
maybe there are a few
let's
questions.
see if there's a couple questions.
There is a question. What caused you to start content, and what separated yours from everyone else trying to make it an essay? I don't know who that's directed at. I assume
all of
it's
us.
At Luca.
I mean, yeah, we can all go through it like really quickly. Oh. So for like with me and content, I don't know, I've been an avid watcher of YouTube for the longest time. I started watching the Sidemen and stuff like that when I was like 11, 12. And then I made my first video at 13 on my PlayStation, and then I didn't post or whatever the case. And then I just started doing like some FIFA content because that's what I was into at the time. And then I moved my FIFA content to football content with like my friends. Then after that, I was like, I'm gaming a lot. I'm playing a lot of Fortnite. Let me just try live streaming because, I may as well. I'm not losing out because I'm still playing. It's not like I'm going to put... And then I just started streaming. I did... at the time, custom matchmaking was like really big. I started hosting custom matchmaking. I've just found like a little gap in the market for it. I started doing some customs, and then people liked my personality and like my streaming and stuff like that. And then it went from there. And then I just... Whatever content I started watching and enjoyed, I just... did.
So you would say your personality separated you from that?
I would say also in terms of also my determination, my grind.
I agree.
I'm a very determined person. If I want something, I'll do it. If I want something, I'll get it. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's just the whole thing about it. You can't, especially with something like this, like there's going to be ups and downs with your YouTube career and like your streaming career. Like you can't always expect it to be an up, like always getting more viewers, getting more subscribers, getting like more views on videos. You always have to expect a dip. It's a roller coaster ride in terms of that. Yeah. So you can't really get demotivated if something's doing bad. You know what I'm saying? Like there's slumps, there's ups. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to stick through it. And right at the start, if I have to give anybody some advice, do it because you enjoy it, not because you want to make it a career or whatever the case is. But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. So for me, it was like I started off I've been doing YouTube for probably the longest. Yeah, like I made videos of me just
Yeah.
recording my GTA gameplay when I was about 10 in like 2013.
Yeah.
So yeah. So obviously there's been a passion for it, but to answer the question, what separated me from the rest, I would just say, I don't even want to just say creativity, because at the end of the day, if you really look at it, probably grinded the least out of most people that are in my position. Like it's not like a flex or anything, but I've grinded the least to be in the position I am in terms of like content and YouTube. But it's just knowing what my audience likes and being creative and just being able to elevate ideas rather than just, because I'm probably the person who's at least have had to throw paint at the wall. I mean, what is it? Throw and it sticks. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know that saying, like,
I know the saying, bro.
yeah,
but,
you just
yeah.
so like that's just the thing, like understanding people, understanding what works, what doesn't work, and just that's probably what separated me from the rest, being different, I guess.
Yeah, I get you. And you?
What was the question?
What made
what
you
made
start
me
content
start?
creation and like?
I think we answered this in the last one. I'm not too sure. But basically, like I said, I've only been doing it for like a year. When I first started, it was just myself acting for both. They were on YouTube, like they were streaming on YouTube. They had like 1,000 subs when I started, so they were like, on YouTube already. I was playing with them, and then like we started playing tournaments, and then all of a sudden, the tournaments that we had to play, the American ones, well, the international ones, you had to stream to prevent like you cheating or whatever. So you had to stream. So I remember the first time I had to stream, and I think I was streaming. I think my bitrate was like, I didn't change anything. I just like selected my game, and I said go live. Like that's it.
Yeah.
And then obviously, it's just how I am. Like if I'm gonna do something, like I was spending time streaming, so I was like, well, I may as well, put a bit of effort in. So I like worked it out, and I, had better quality, and I did stuff like that. And then I was like, damn, like this is actually kind of fun. Like it's cool. Like I enjoy it. And I never thought I would. I'm not really the kind of guy that would, like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I wouldn't think, damn, I want to be it's not something that I wanted to be doing.
And you just fell in love with the kind of
and then I was doing it, and I was like, damn, it's actually quite fun. Like I'm enjoying it. Like it's cool. I like it. I wasn't doing well. I remember asking Actons Bravo to tweet for me saying, hey, can you follow me so I can get 50 followers so I can get, and I had to like ask like my brother and my girlfriend to not even to sit in my stream so I can have 3 concurrent viewers.
Okay.
Like I started from like nothing, like no, and when I started streaming like I didn't post anywhere, I didn't have clips, I just streamed. So the fact that I did so well, because I did do well for not posting anywhere else, like it's not meant to happen like that. Like you said, you're meant to post on TikTok, you're meant to grow an audience and then bring them to your stream, because Twitch isn't made for for that. I just got very lucky with the whole setup. So I was with Acton for and in the setup that I was in, I was very lucky to
that's cool,
have it happen. But again, like it's not I got lucky. At the end of the day, I did.
I mean, it's probably for a reason, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's an industry and a line for you there. To continue doing
Stuff
this.
always happens for a reason. So
I'm
not trying to like talk. If I say I got lucky, I'm not trying to like talk myself down or like. Sure, I still put in a lot of hard work and like a lot of hours and everything, but
it didn't happen for everybody, kind of thing.
It won't. I got lucky. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, and this is the biggest thing. As much as I said earlier, I haven't grinded as hard as other people in my position in terms of content. People don't see like the work you put in the background. Like, the research I've done on algorithms and YouTube and stuff. People don't see the notepad of ideas I have. People don't see that the actual work that goes behind it. All they see is the 10-minute video that comes out. They don't see the recording it. They don't see me sitting in calls with Ice fixing up where things must be and how they don't see all of that. They don't see the videos that don't make it out. They don't see, like, you know what I mean, the scrapped ideas. They don't see like the day-to-day life.
100%.
So it's hard to. That's probably why I think the biggest problem comes with trying to replicate success. It's like they don't see the actual, like, finding the ideas and thinking about them. Why will that work? What's actually, and this is probably people's biggest problem in content creation. What's next? You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's the one thing about YouTube. You have a pop-up video. What's next? Because that video is going to get pushed out. So you can't have a video that gets 100,000 views and now you're just like, hey guys, I'm just gonna be in my swimming pool now for a minute clip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like what's next? What's gonna capitalize on that idea?
Yeah, 100%.
And what's your goal forward for the future? And I think that's probably the reason GigaHub's gonna go so far is because we have 6 months planned content already. Like
Yeah, that's
of
good.
what we're gonna do, and it just keeps adding on like what's gonna happen. So it's not like, okay guys, it's Wednesday now, we need to get a video out on Saturday. I mean, we could upload 4 videos already done for GigaHub now today if we wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we just ahead of the curve, and like what the goal is for the future.
Yeah, it's good.
So like we need to do content. It's like the content is there. We have an idea of what we need to do. I mean, yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Have an
too.
idea of what you want to do. Be motivated. Actually do it for
And
a
yeah,
reason.
be determined with it. Like determination in a content creation industry and perseverance.
Do research. People don't do research.
Yeah, do research on terms of like
Saves you so much time.
algorithms and stuff like that.
Saves you so much time.
Like learning a TikTok learning the TikTok algorithm is like a really good way to do it. I mean, it's also not even that much of an algorithm to
Yeah,
look
it's
to
like
it.
upload at good times for your local area.
And then also
and-
just capitalizing off of the first few videos that you upload because
Yeah.
that gets pushed by TikTok a lot more. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of you notice if you've ever made a TikTok in chat or whatever the case, maybe even you, like the first few videos in your TikTok, 3-4 videos, first 3 or 4
it's the
videos,
first 4
get
videos.
a lot more views than what you generally would. So if you have to capitalize off those first 4 videos and make it really good videos, TikTok are going to push that even more. You get some more followers of that and it'll be really good. But yeah. I think
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure at this point you have liked the stream, you have subscribed.
yeah.
Check out all these people on their Twitters, YouTubes, anything if you don't know who they are. Luca Rakic, Zol, Letzler. And that's been us for the cast. Peace.
Peace.